Hi friends, Elise Anmchara here for Anmchara Astrology. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, as I'm doing this video, is January 13th, 2022. The sky is absolutely jam-packed with movement, and if you have any questions or want to know more about where these transits are taking place in your own individual natal chart, which is the best way to learn how things are going to affect you personally, please reach out to me at anmcharaAstrology.com and request a reading. So for those of you who do not join me on Elise Anmchara on Instagram, we are in my kitchen, which is where I do a show called Cook and Jouer on my Instagram. It's something that I started during quarantine because, well, the days were just blending together, and I, felt the need to reach out and, just kind of communicate with people and bring people together and at ease and talk about what I was going through and the music that I was listening to and when I was going to DJ later and all this kind of stuff. And of course, it held me accountable for actually getting the F out of bed and doing my dishes. It was fun, and I'm in my kitchen because I make myself some lunch. I'm on a break from work, which I am on a contract job right now, supporting the Capricorn system, and my Cancer moon needed to take a woo-saw to make this video for you, which I've been trying to do for the past 4 days, but also to cook myself some lunch. So that's why we are starting this video in here. And I think it's also very appropriate because we are coming up on this full moon in Cancer opposite Capricorn on January 17th. This is one of many things that is taking place, but to me, it is a recommitment to balancing our inner emotional need and authority and the external authority, whether that be government, whether that be your job, your boss. The axis of Cancer and Capricorn is emotional security, inner security versus outer societal financial security, and what those two things entail. And when the lunar nodes were in North Node Cancer and South Node in Capricorn from November 6th, 2018 until May 5th, 2020, this was the time when we needed to and found ways, or at least insights, into what it meant to nurture ourselves and to mother ourselves, even when the demands of the outside world and the demands of external authority weighed heavily on you. There was a much needed respite or pause, or finding ways to balance in yourself and in how you approach the world, the need for peace, the need for a hug, the need for that which we traditionally think of, that unconditional loving emotional receptivity of the mother energy. Maybe not your mother energy, which we will talk about later, but the mother energy, and the mother energy that lives inside all of us and that we are all embraced by. And so this full moon in Cancer, which again is my native placement as well as its native placement, it is one of recommitting, because we are about to move into the future. But before we move into the future, we need to gather some information. That's what Mercury retrograding on January 14th is representing. It is in the sign of Aquarius right now, which is ruled by the great liberator, Uranus. And it is going to station retrograde directly opposite my native sun. It's almost at Saturn. It's not quite there yet, because when Mercury and Saturn come together, they're going to have all the insights, but before they can come together right here, Mercury's going to have to sankofa, okay? Mercury's going to have to go back and get the information that it needs to really bridge the gap and leave this old paradigm of outside authority over emotional authority, individual emotional authority. To me, this is a great awakener. This is a great, again, recommitment, especially while Venus, who has been retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, Saturn ruled Capricorn, and the ruler of status quo and the old ways of doing things and patriarchy and duty over love, duty over what your heart tells you. Whew! We have to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row. We need to make sure that we have, I love Kai Pacha in his weekly Pele report, which I highly recommend everyone watch, said we're going to be getting all the people, all the members in the boardroom. Because in order for this old way of doing things that does not account, that literally displaces that which is most essential in the human experience, which is our feelings, our emotions, our emotional truth, and that which guides us from within, from a place far deeper than what any external authority can even touch. We're going to have to dig deep, and we're going to have to kind of like surf the uncomfortableness, knowing that we have both a plan and a purpose, and that we will come outside of this state of unstable insecurity and unknowing of what the future will hold. We're going to have to gather some information with this Aquarius, Mercury moving backwards into Capricorn before going forwards at the beginning of February to figure out how it is that we do that, and how it is that we account for each individual and each individual's ability to be their own sovereign self, how to make space and live life and rebuild from a place of emotional wholeness, okay? Emotional support, an interior supported emotionally will build an exterior that is supported emotionally, that is supported psychically, that is supported spiritually, and most certainly with divine feminine, okay, mother energy, as well as this Aquarius, as well as this Venus. Venus is in Capricorn. Venus is getting understanding, is getting an understanding of that which we need to restructure our external lives. It's almost like they're working opposite each other. It's like these retrograde things are doing them internally, which, by the way, Aquarius's ruler of Uranus is going to be moving direct on the same day that the lunar node shift, which is one day after we have this emotional authority versus external patriarchal authority comes to a crescendo with the full moon on Monday. So again, I'm calling this Cancer full moon on the 17th a recommitment to that which we learned we needed to honor in ourselves, in our emotions, and really liberating ourselves from that which we have subscribed to, old stories, old programming that has stood in our way of having the emotional security that we deserve and that we need to build ourselves and our lives and our world the way that it was intended, which is with a balance of emotional authority, as well as some structure, some rules, some things to support the building, a skeleton of what we all need to live, and how it is that we go about making sure that each individual has that, and that each individual feels safe in achieving or asking for what they need, obtaining what they need, and maintaining what they need in order to be a whole sovereign individual that can use all of itself to support the overall survival, thriving, and the evolution of humanity. and it's consciousness. So we've got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm going to do my best to cover it all. And I hope that you join me there. See you soon.